What's up? It's your boy Carcino from BoxingSocialist.com. Now, let's go over some of your questions. Question number one I got. It's not tape. It's gauze. I got about 37 inboxes, direct messages trying to tell me that this is not tape. It's gauze. Okay. Now, the next step. People telling me that this is the rules. It's a custom to have tape on the skin. Then they said, well, look at Margarito. He got tape on his. You want me to actually use Antonio Margarito as your source? That's your safe haven? The Plaster Man is doing something illegal. And you want me to use that as your safe haven? You sure? Well, don't take it from me. Let's listen now. Everybody, let's listen to what was said.
Fight. Now let's go back to Antonio Margarito's dressing room live. We're still Freddie Roach in the back of the shot, right in center camera, watches while Robert Garcia wraps Antonio Margarito's hands. Now, of course, you know, while Roach is here, this is a long period of time and an unusual length of time for Manny Pacquiao to be in the dressing room without his trainer. And you can see that he is having his own hands wrapped by Miguel Diaz in that situation.
What I'm looking at is unusual in both of the hand wrappers. Normally in most states they tell you no tape allowed until it's on top of the gauze. But I'm looking at both of these fighters being allowed to wrap tape right on the skin. And that's one of the problems that a lot of the fighters have been getting problems with commissioners from doing that. And I'm watching this tonight, both corners. And that's often in the rules you can't do that. But they're both wrapping tape directly onto their skin.
So
Wow, Emmanuel Steward speaking from the grave. Manny comes up and informs you exactly what I told you. It is not supposed to happen. Okay? Not supposed to be accustomed to happening. Now, let's continue.
in both dressing rooms for the main event, where Antonio Margarito is moving forward now with the wrapping of his hands by Robert Garcia, and still Freddie Roach and his good friend Billy Keane watching in the background. But now here's Pacquiao, who is apparently wrapping his own hands at this moment. What's the precedent for this, Emmanuel?
You know, if you watch it, a lot of the times I see him wrapping his own hand. I see him on the 24/7 or whatever, and I've been to the gym and I've seen him wrap his own hand quite often. Fighter has to feel comfortable with his hands, and I say it looks like it's a good wrap. And the reason the commissioners put those marks on it is anything happens, anyone takes those wraps loose again and tamper with them in any way, then the commission will see that the alignment of those marks don't line up, and they can actually have you rewrap or even disqualify the fight.
Here we go again.
One more time, the most publicized and anticipated wrapping up a boxer's hands in recent history, still ongoing.
And you see the tape going directly on the hands, Emmanuel?
Yeah, something like that.
Why does that make the wrap harder?
The commissioners just have some rule in there. And once they don't want anything going on the skin, on the hands, everything has to be gauze, and the only tape can usually be at the top part. The same way they don't want you to use any tape anywhere on the knuckle area. It has to be almost about an inch or half an inch beyond the knuckle, back on the back part of the hand.
Average CompuBox number.
So now you just heard Emmanuel Steward explain to you the rules. So now y'all finna talk about how Emmanuel Steward's wrong and how it was gauze again. Hey, I'm telling you, it's illegal. And I'm going to explain to you why this was allowed in Texas. This is why fights in Texas were not a norm. They're just now starting to get big fights back in Texas. Most people wouldn't fight in Texas because if you were a fighter that was from another state, they didn't favor you. You know, you were always the opposition. They don't have a commission. They don't say Texas Athletic Commission. They have a combat sport like group. It's a very inexperienced commission in Texas. As big as it is, they're trying to work on bringing officials into Texas from other states to help out so that they know how to deal with big fights such as this. The commission dropped the ball and more problem ensued.